disappointed.
One of my favorite Boogie moments, and look, I neither like Boogie nor dislike Boogie. He's somewhere in the middle for me. I don't know him in real life. I've never had any interaction with him outside the show, but I'll never forget when he was on the show, and I wish I could quote him exactly because I don't like misquoting.
Oh no, I know what you're going.
I think he was talking about some kind of incident he had with a guy at a gas station, and he was like, I just got mad, and he just looked at me, and he saw how mad I was, and he was scared. He backed away because I'll just go crazy on you. And he knew. And I remember like me and Woody exchanging this knowing look, like,
dude, I remember.
I don't care how mad or crazy that man ever gets. It's not going to matter.
If I see a white male tweeting something like, it kind of sucks to be a woman right now, and I think they need a bit of a hand up, I'll say, that's cool. I'm gonna like that. I'm gonna like that tweet a little bit because it does kind of suck to be a woman sometimes. No. And maybe you do need a slight hand. Hey, I'm willing to.
What sucks about being a woman?
That's my personal belief.
I wish I was a woman. I would kill it. Everything is in your. Just, thank you for all the free easy things. Thank you for everything being easy.
Do you want me to use a personal an example?
I would love.
Okay, I have gone into probably 1,000. I've probably gone into 1,000 gas stations in my lifetime, maybe 10,000 gas stations in my lifetime. My wife, twice while I was with her, has had her tits or ass grabbed by men who thought that's just how you interact with women. Where? Twice in my presence. I've watched it happen here in Northwest Arkansas, of all places. I have watched men grab my wife's ass and tits like it was supposed to happen. A third case that I wasn't there, a guy just got in the car with her. Like there's no woman will ever do that to me, mostly because I'm ugly as shit. I'm not attractive like my wife. But,
okay, look, I believe you. I believe that those things happen to you, and they are shocking. Though,
the fact that it is shocking demonstrates that it happens remarkably
That's
rare.
never happened before, ever. First of all, your wife should have a gun. My girlfriend has a gun. She's pulled it on multiple men. So anybody gets fresh with her, she pulls it out and fucking points the gun.
My wife doesn't need a gun. She has me.
What did he say?
She clearly needs a gun.
She's
molested left and right. She's like,
oh, don't worry. I took care of it. I took care of it, dude. Don't worry. I took care of it.
You got to stop it before it happens.
How did you take care of it?
Well, they take one look at me, and I tell them I'm with her, and they fucking get the point. It's not that difficult.
Fighting is an athletic endeavor, right? Dick is a fighter. Like, even current Boogie's not going to be a great fighter, and he's more athletic than he was 2 years ago.
That's a generous statement. Not going to be a great fighter.
Not a great fighter. Not one of the greats. He was good.
He's in the hall of very, very good amongst the fighting greats.
He'd be
and a contender.
I remember after that episode with the gas station story, right after it ended, and it was all of us coming up with the titles, you were like, before we name the show, can we talk about that gas station story? What the fuck was that about? Like, there's no way he was scaring people at a gas station. Like, it just...
Yeah, and it implied a greater, like, I started making inferences about it in general, like, wow, how far away from the truth is his sense of self, right? If he thinks he's mean mugging people at gas stations, getting them to back down, what else does he think about himself? Is he smarter than Einstein? He's already tougher than John Jones. Well, currently.
Shut up, you. Your anti-Semitic ways, I won't stand for it.
Oh, is that what I did?
No, that's what Taylor did, going after Einstein. Clearly an anti-Semite.
I've been caught. Hoisted by my own petard.
Yeah, I don't know. Something about that one, like something like how unaware, like how much can a man lack self-awareness if he thinks he's threatening at 500?
Yes, and even if you do ever think those thoughts, to say it in front of other people
on a podcast,
maybe keep that maybe in the back of your head if you ever thought like kind of a badass, kind of a man's man, high tea kind of individual, you wouldn't be like, and I'm gonna go tell a whole bunch of people that I feel that way. Like maybe keep that one to yourself. Maybe let it.
I wish I had thought of it.
Set in a little.
I wish I had thought of it at the time, so I could be like, dude, that reminds me of a story that happened to me today. Actually, I was at a gas station and two guys were giving me shit, and they were huge. They were, Boogie, how tall are you? Twice that big, and both of them enormous. They take one look at me. They go, my God, that guy's got his dick hanging out of his shorts. What's he gonna do with it?
Well, they take one look at me and I tell them I'm with her and they fucking get the point. It's not that difficult.
Okay.
You know? I mean, but even that is fucked up. Even that, oh, she's with me, dude. Oh, I guess I can't molest your property.
I've never seen that happen. Like,
well, I can tell you, I've personally seen it happen. Hold on. You want another great example with my wife? I'm playing two-headed giant magic with my wife, and we're just playing at the top table, and we're playing the top team at a top table, and this guy walks up to us, and he's like, but it sure is difficult to play both hands. And I'm like, why? And he goes, well, your wife certainly doesn't know what she's doing. She beats me in Magic 9 times out of fucking 10. We have a chart in our living room. I'll go get it right now that shows you how many times she's beaten me in the last fucking month. Okay? But she can't play because she has a fucking vagina. And so I asked him, is that what he's saying? Is that what he's saying?
Right. Just as often as that happens, people will bend over backwards to try and bring more into whatever community it is.
Right, but I'm just saying that it sucks that happens to her, and it sucks that it happens also because she's a female. So if a guy says it sucks to be a woman sometimes, I'm going to say that's reasonable.
But wait, what about the other side of it that Taylor was bringing up? You know, what about how many times they get free food or free drinks, right? Just because guys hand out stuff to girls. What about all the, like, okay, so Hope is looking at schools and careers and stuff like that.
Well, I mean, obviously that's true.
Hold on, let me finish. There's a million like STEM scholarships and STEM hand-ups and handouts trying to get girls to do this STEM stuff. And
if I can,
and they don't want to, and they're not going to.
If this were true, it would be the only oppressed minority in history that have a longer average lifespan, graduated from education at all levels at a higher rate, received more money from the government, more social programs.
You're putting words into my mouth. You're not.
No, I was just saying that's the reality. That you can talk about Magic the Gathering, but the reality is, if we're trying to oppress them, we're doing a really bad job because we're dying sooner and we're getting less money for our taxes. We don't have as many social programs. We graduate college less. We die more in violent accidents more often.
You know, we're still picking up the check.
It does seem like it's always one-sided. Like, it's,
you know what my girlfriend told me? She was like, I've never had a guy who didn't pay for all my bills. I was like, are you serious? All your bills? I was like, there's no need for me to be paying your fucking car insurance. Yeah. She's like, I've never had a boyfriend who didn't pay for all of my bills. I was like, you mean like birth control and clothing and food and like those kind of bills, like shampoo and shit? She's like, no, like my car insurance and like anything I want to buy and like my credit card bills. Yeah. She's like, yeah, my credit card bill's too much this month. I'm not used to having to pay these myself. And I'm like, that's the life of a pretty girl. And I would be a very pretty girl. So I would like to be a girl. I would much rather be one. My education would be cheaper. It would come more easily. I would get better grades for the same amount of work. I would just leave the government programs alone. They rain from the sky.
Can I brag about my wife for just a second here? Because I love doing that.
Don't start now.
So here's the story. Last night, my wife. For those of you who don't know this, we're doing very, very well on YouTube. We're doing very, very well on Twitch. We're doing very, very well with like my sponsors, like Loot Crate, stuff like that. So my wife was working for the Walmart home office for what is very little money for the amount of work she was putting in. And I ended up getting way, way sicker in this last year. So I'm having a lot more need for stuff around the house. We were looking at hiring a nurse. It was way more expensive than having my wife take time off to help work with me and to help me with the business and help me around the house with the physical stuff that I need help with now. And so we made the educated decision to get her a year off of work. And so last night she was bawling her eyes out. And I'm like, what's the matter? She goes, I really feel like I'm not contributing enough. And I'm like, honey, you've cooked every meal in the last 6 months. You've helped me take a bath. You've helped me get in out of bed when I'm in too much pain to do it. You've helped me tend the wounds on my diabetic feet. You've driven me to the doctor's office 20, 30 times this year. What are you not doing? She's like, I feel like I'm not contributing financially, and it's really bothering me. Because this is a woman who, right up to the very first date we had, right up to the day we got married, demanded she pay her part every step of the way. And even right now, the fact that she's not paying her part, it bothers her greatly. And I had to sit there and console her and she's like, I really think maybe I should go back to work so that I can bring money in. I'm like, honey, we're doing fine. We can afford this, and I need your help. You are contributing, but that's one of the reasons I love her.
She's just contributing in a different but equally valuable way.
Right. But it's so difficult for her because she's such a forward-thinking, I guess a feminist would be the word I would have used, but I wouldn't use that word anymore, but a forward-thinking person working towards equality, not necessarily feminism. which is not always equated with equality. But she's like someone who truly doesn't really think of male and female. She thinks of her and me, and we're partners, and she wants to do as much as I'm doing and to contribute as much as I am.
She's got to get it, man. Because like, so I don't see you when the camera's not rolling.
Right.
But from what I hear of it, you would not be nearly as successful without this support system.
No, exactly. And that's what I try to tell her every single day. Like, you look at before I met her, I took nothing serious. I didn't take my health serious. I don't take it as serious as I should now, but I didn't take my health serious. I didn't take my life serious. I didn't even buy new fucking clothes. My chair, my computer chair was an old cooler I flipped upside down after ripping the lid off.
And you had money at this point?
I had very little money, but I didn't spend it because I didn't give a shit. You know, I might have had like $5,000 in the bank, $7,000 in the bank.
Yeah.
Why am I going to waste that on a chair? Who gives a shit? I'll be dead anyway. You know, it's good for is buying buffet dinners because I want to fucking die. You know,
because like I would think that
so
comfort.
Sad. Either subscribe, donate, or get the fuck out.
Pulls it out and fucking points the
my
gun.
wife doesn't need a gun. She has me.